We are here today to recognize the latest members of our Distinguished Alumni. These 2019 Distinguished Alumni were selected from recommendations sent into the committee to consider. Each of these selected have had long and successful careers. We congratulate each of you for your acceptance of these awards.
Will Donald E. Roland, class of 1960, please come forward to receive your award and share your story with all of us?
Good morning. Good morning. It's such an honor for me to be here today in this auditorium of Winners High School, where I was a student over 60 years ago, and to be able to talk with the new generation of Blizzards. I want to share with you some very personal things about my life and to explain why my experiences here in Winners were so important to me. I sincerely hope that my story will be able to help you as you prepare for your uncertain future. There was certainly nothing certain about my future when my family moved here to Winners. Mom and Dad were both children of the Depression. Their families were impoverished. My dad was particularly hurt by that cruel world of the Great Depression. He ran away from home when he was 12 years old, riding on freight trains and living in hobo jungles. He was frequently in trouble with the law. My mom stayed in school, but her family was torn apart by the Depression. When she finished high school and when my dad was released from prison, both at age 18, they hopped on a freight train and went to Colorado, where they were married and began their improbable and rather chaotic life. Now, they couldn't afford to have children, but that didn't stop them. My brother Phil, who is here today, was born when they were 19. 1 year later, 1 year and 2 months later, I was born. Then came Carolyn and came Ken. Dad was a small-town newspaper printer. He changed jobs often, sometimes twice a year. Or he'd cross paths with the law and spend some time in jail or in prison. Always angry, always restless, and always moving. All the while, my mom was our anchor. She was a saint and a survivor, picking up roots and moving us wherever that wild husband went. And she kept us in church and instilled in us a sense of worth. Despite our chaotic life and poverty, Mom was the glue that held our family together. In my first 11 years of life, we lived in 11 different communities. Phil, Carolyn, and I were never in one place long enough to form lasting relationships with the children that we were with until we moved to Winners. Winners Elementary was the third school that I attended as a sixth grader. Dad came here to work for the Winners Enterprise. By our second year in Winners, it looked like we might stay in this town a long time. Dad had a sign painting business on the side, and he even joined the Southside Baptist Mission Church. Our brother Terry was born in Winters, making 5 children. He was born in the Winners Hospital. However, after living here 2 unbelievable years for our family, in March of 1956, Dad quit his job and once again left us to go out and look for work. While on that search, he helped the publisher of the newspaper in Plains, Texas, produce a special edition of this paper. The linotype broke down, and the publisher and my dad took the publisher's light plane to get parts for the linotype. On a remote New Mexico landing strip, the plane crashed and both men were killed. Our world was already very shaky, but it collapsed around us. Mom was left with 5 children, no insurance, no money in the bank, and months to wait for the meager Social Security payment. We had no idea where we were going to go or what we would do, but the answer came quickly. For the first time in our lives, we have formed strong relationships with our friends in Winters. Friends in Winters rallied to support us raising enough money so we could continue to live here in this wonderful community of caring friends. Meanwhile, Phil and I did everything we could to raise money. I took over my dad's sign painting business. As a matter of fact, we painted some of the signs for the elections here with the student body and put them up in the hallways. We started a small office and printing supply business we called Roland Brothers. We remained in Winters until the summer of 1957, when my mom remarried and we abruptly moved to California. Our experiences here in Winters were even more important to prepare us for what was to come. California did have excellent schools, and it could have been a challenge for us. However, the excellence of the educational basis that we had was formed here at Winters High School and in the Winters educational system allowed us to hit the ground running. In September of 1957, we enrolled in Maricosta High School in Manhattan Beach, a school with over 2,500 students. We were immediately placed in college prep classes, honor classes, and given key roles in the band, on the school paper, and in the school newspaper. Remarkably, at that time, the world was about to change dramatically, just as it may be here. That provided opportunity for the well-prepared. Just 1 month after starting school, on October 4th, 1957, Russia launched Sputnik, the world's first satellite, and the best students were needed to help the U.S. enter and win the space race. Phil and I were advised we should give up printing and go into aeronautical engineering. We chose to stay in print. Later, Phil went into the ministry. Winters' impact on our family's educational background is unmistakable. I would be the first one of our family to graduate from college. Next, a master's degree and then postgraduate work at UCLA and Claremont Graduate School. Phil, Carolyn, and Terry followed me, each earning bachelor's and master's degrees, and Carolyn topped all of that off with her PhD. At the beginning of my career, I worked as a printer, a journeyman printer, where my dad taught me, while attending college. In 1962, I met my wife, Kathy, who was here, at a print shop where she was the high school newspaper editor and I was the printer. In 1964, we were married and we formed a partnership for life. I can tell you the best decision of my life. Thank you. Also proud to say that here today is our daughter Eileen, our son-in-law Richard, our son Don Jr., and our daughter Jenny. All of them have their own successful, rewarding careers. In 1966, I began working for the Los Angeles Times. I was a third shift printer. 1 year later, they needed someone to help lead their first steps into the new world of computer technology. I had taken no college classes in computer science. It was really in its infancy in 1967. 2 years later, I was named Director of Computer Graphics. I worked with Bell Labs and AT&T and became a pioneer in applying computer technology to graphics. While working, I continued my education, concentrating on executive management and becoming Times Mirror Press's Vice President of Operations. In 1983, I joined a company called Treasure Chest Advertising, a printing and advertising company of about $350 million in size. When the company was listed in the New York Stock Exchange in 1995, I was named President and CEO. I was CEO for 13 years, retiring in 2006. At that time, the company, now named Vertus, was the 8th largest printing company in the world. Revenues of $2 billion and 12,000 employees. It was named that year as Fortune Magazine's one of Fortune Magazine's most admired companies in America in advertising and marketing. Since retirement, I've been actively supporting my Annapolis community as a member of the Rotary Club, chairman of the library board, trustee of the University of Maryland Foundation, and as an elder in our Presbyterian church. Now 76 years of age, I'm spending more time with family and friends, and I can tell you that without a doubt, the most important moments in my life have been with my family and my friends. While my career was important, it just pales in significance to the importance of all the people in my life. Now that's enough about my career. Let's talk about yours. Your future's exciting. Your world is vastly different than mine was. The world is moving faster now. Change is constant, but change creates opportunity, especially for those who are well prepared, and particularly for those who also stand out from the crowd. Each of you will be presented during your lives with, I know, with important opportunities. I know that the faculty here, just as they did with me, are preparing you for those opportunities that you may encounter. They're building you on a solid foundation of education, relationships, and core values that will serve you well for the rest of your life. But how then with that can you stand out from the crowd as you go forward? Here's just a few thoughts after 50 years in the business world of a few things that guided me during those 50 years. First, expertise in your field of choice is critical. Economic security does not come from the company that you work for or the organization that you work in. Companies are bought and sold all the time. Organizations change. Your economic security comes from your own personal competency. With competency, you can survive company failures, organization changes, and economic downturns. But competency alone is not enough to make you stand out and be given even greater responsibility. The biggest single challenge I faced as the CEO of a large company was finding the right people to fill positions of responsibility. My greatest successes in business came from making the right decisions and promoting and hiring people. My worst decisions came from hiring and promoting the wrong people. You should be the right people. To me, first and foremost, to stand out and be one of those selected who really makes a difference, you need to be a person of integrity, who cares and who can be respected and trusted in all areas of your life and your career. Also, you must be a team player. No matter what anyone tells you, it's not a competitive world. It is a team world, people working together to accomplish things. Help everyone around you succeed, and don't even pay attention to who gets credit for what's done. Throughout your career, as you consider the next promotion you're going to seek, the next job you're going to look for, Put yourself in the position of the person who's going to make that decision to promote you or to hire you. What will they want to see in your resume? You will have been well taught how to learn new things. You will continue to do that throughout your life. You find the things next that you need to know, that you need to have experiences with. And then go do the work. Go back to school, do the reading, get the experience, and fill in the void in your resume. So when that person is making that decision, looks at your resume, you were the obvious one to be selected. Now all that's important, and all of it is about the job and the work. But I can tell you this, the most important things you need to do are to do the things that bring you joy. Enjoy rich experiences with your family and friends. Take time to help others. Those are the things that you will remember when you're my age, and the things that you'll be remembered for. In closing, I'm really, truly grateful and honored to be a distinguished alumnus of this wonderful high school. This honor, though, is shared by a lot of people some of whom are in this room. First of all, the faculty of Winters High School, who prepared my generation just as they're now preparing you for your life ahead. Secondly, the caring people of this community that I can't say enough about. They supported us in our family's darkest hour. Third, all the members of our classes of 1959 and 60 who became our lifelong friends, including my closest friends of the class of 1960, Bill Little, Bill Pumphrey, Donald McBride, Bill Shoemake, Gary Worthington, and John Layton Hill. Outside of my family, those were the first true friends of my life and still are. Fourth, my siblings Phil, Carolyn, and Terry, who shared our chaotic life together. Our sons and daughters, Eileen, Richard, Don, Randa, Jenny, and Phil, as well as our talented and beautiful grandkids. They brighten our lives every day. And most importantly, my wife, Kathy, my partner in life, who for the last 55 years has always been by my side, encouraging and supporting me. The love of my life who shares this with me today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Donald.